Hi guys, I just wanted to do a quick video to show you a little bit more about the process that we're going through right now to get ready for your collage project. What you're supposed to be doing today is gathering images to be used in your collage. So I know that I've put a written document out in Classroom just describing this process, but I thought I'd kind of give you a video just to go over that a little bit as well. So right now, all I'm going to do to start out with is create a folder on my desktop, and I will rename that folder Collage. So in this folder, I will put my collage as I'm working on it, as well as the images to be used in my collage. So now that I have that there, I can start gathering some images. So the images can be just taken from the internet. We'll talk a little bit more later on about some copyright issues and fair use of images that you get online. For the most part, if you are using something for educational purposes, there aren't a lot of copyright issues. But that being said, I don't want you stealing other people's images. So if you want to create some of these images to be used in your collage, if you want to create some of them yourself, that would be great. I'll show you, for example, one of the images that I'm going to be using is actually, it was a sort of a collaborative effort between myself and my daughter. So she thought it would be funny if she made this kind of fighting cupcake. She calls it Chaos Cupcake, I think. So we created that together in Illustrator. She drew it on paper. I created it in Illustrator just from her sort of vision. So I'm going to include that in my collage. So I'll put that, I downloaded that, so I'll put that in that folder. Let's see, some of the other ideas are, a lot of mine end up being food, which is good and bad, I guess. So I'm really into pancakes. So if I want to do a Google image search for pancakes, I just type pancakes in. I'm going to check out images. As you're doing this, I would search according to size, because a lot of these images end up being pretty small in size, and then that way when we increase the size of them, they end up turning out pixelated. So what I would do if I were you is just, I don't know, I'm not going to give you an exact size, but I would say probably bigger than one of these in here. If you want to go really big, that's fine. If you're having trouble searching and finding results with a lot of images that are big enough, you can step that down a little bit. But like for pancakes, for one thing, I'm seeing lots of them with a pretty big file size. So all I would do then, if I find a stack of pancakes that looks good, let's see, this one for example. Let me let that load. Okay, so now it's loaded and everything looks really nice and sharp. So I can right click and I can save image as. So I'll do that. I'll put it in my desktop. I'm going to expand here. So in my desktop and just in my collage folder. Again, I'm working on a Mac, so yours looks just a little bit different, but it's the same idea, and you would navigate to your folder the same, essentially the same way. So I'll do that, and that should go in there. So now I have that pancake image right in there. Let's see, what else would I search? I think I put in our document like favorite things. I don't necessarily have a favorite animal, but maybe you do, like a horse or a, I don't know, if you live on a dairy farm, like a cow would be something to include. If you're into cats or dogs, whatever, include that in there. If you like snakes, you can include that too. Let's see, movies, locations. If, for example, on your farm you have a barn that you really think is cool, you can include a picture of your actual barn, which would be, I think, way better even than just finding one online. But you can, if you don't have an image readily available of your actual barn, go ahead and find one online. Again, right click, hit save image as, and just save it in your folder. So mine is in my collage folder. I'll hit save. Like I mentioned in the project description, it's easy to find the first couple of images to be used because you kind of know what your main interests are, I would say. but it's once you get past those first easy ones that things that you need to think about things a little bit more. And I had some of those problems with my other students, but when we started talking about their interests, they realized that they have more interests than they thought they did at first glance. Um, but anyway, like I mentioned in the project description, your favorite things. So like flowers. One of the other big things is your family or background. So in my collage, maybe I would include a photo of my kids. So I have a folder with my family pictures in it. So I'd probably just grab one of these and pull that in. You know, I'd take one probably of all four of my kids in there. I put that in that folder. So that covers that. Let's see, what else? Oh, my grandparents were German and they spoke in German a lot. So maybe instead of getting an image that says something in German, maybe I just type that in when I'm working in Photoshop. So that's an idea too. And that would constitute one of those 15 images that you're required to have in your collage. Let's see. That is about it. I think you'll be able to come up with 15 images to be used. But that's all you have to do for today is collect all those images in your folder and then send me a screenshot of your folder containing those 15 images and submit that in Classroom. Then we'll talk later about, like starting tomorrow, we will talk about how to start putting together your collage as well as the hand-drawn elements that I mentioned in the project description. So don't worry about all of that stuff yet. Just at this time, just start accumulating, collecting your images that we will later use in your collage. All right, that's it for today. Short one. Okay, see ya.